Welcome to the Renewal, active listening. Many people, especially in relationships, tend to listen to respond, not really taking in what the other person is saying, not even processing what was said, just kind of want to get their own opinion out immediately. We have to actively listen to understand. Focus on your person or the speaker. Be open to what they're saying without interruptions. It is not about you at this point. And ask for context or clarification if needed. Comprehend what's being said, process the information, then respond. Please be sure to like the video, share if you like, and subscribe to the channel.
Learn how to play the game in order to win the game. I'm going to teach you how. Here are just a few tips that I have used and applied to my life that have worked for me. Number one, never lose your temper. You show your weakness automatically. Number two, think from a level of strength, but always move with strategy. Number three, never show your hand. Always move in silence. Number four, never adapt. Always influence any room you walk into. Number five, always put your emotions to the side and stay focused on the end game. Number six, always negotiate any deal to work in your favor. Number seven, observe but never absorb the energy of others. This way you're always in control. Number eight, listen more and speak less. The quietest one at the table is usually the most powerful. Number nine, ensure every move you make matches your brand and image, okay? Reputation is key. And last but not least, disappear if you have to and come back and shock the entire world.
Sometimes, man, it's better just to be quiet than always trying to talk and let people know your opinion or what's on your mind. Real talk. Sometimes, man, when you just listen to other people talk, you'll hear their intentions. You'll hear, their real intent behind why they really fuck with you. You'll also be able to see it too, because to me, actions speak louder than words. But like I said, words definitely do hold some weight. So that's the thing, man. Just be quiet. And it's usually the one that's always talking the most that be capping the most. It's always the one that act like he got everything and really ain't got shit. So, I've just learned, man, being in a room sometimes, just shut the fuck up and listen to what people say. And everything you need to know about a person or the situation that you're in, you'll hear it.
You know what I'm noticing a lot now? Is that people listen to respond and not listen to understand. When you listen to respond and not listen to understand, you get so defensive that you miss the message. There's a reason why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. We gotta listen twice as much as we speak. Every interaction, you can learn something new. Take every interaction that you have with somebody as an opportunity to learn something.
Hear me very clear. Here's what I've learned. Not everything needs an immediate reaction. It's in James chapter 1 verse 19. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. The Bible does not say don't speak. The Bible says be slow to speak. And while you're listening with understanding ears to really perceive and understand the situation and listening to God. A lot of the stuff, a lot of the problems, a lot of the issues we're running into that's adding more weight and more pressure, unfortunately, to our lives is we are quick to react. The Bible says, listen to those who wait on the Lord, that God will renew their strength. And so here's my encouragement. As you're being slow to speak, as you're being quick to listen, waiting for God, and you're being slow to anger, watch this. Don't allow your mouth to say something you regret, but let your posture be, God, speak to me, so I can just simply respond with worship and not be moved. The Bible says, be immovable, be steadfast. This is not the season to be reacting and allowing the enemy to toss you to and fro. Very dangerous. The enemy is using your emotions against you and then causing you to destroy and sabotage everything in your life.
What do you do to keep your man happy?
So first of all, I cook every single day. Every day home cooked meals. I make sure I cook, I clean. We pray together. Still. I feel like you gotta listen, stop being so naggy. Understand that people go through things and everything is not about you. Be supportive.
Dal had said to me one morning, he was like, and this is when it clicked to me, right? He was like, when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you think about? I said, well, open my eyes, thank God for another day. And then I'm like, all right, well, what do I got to do for the day? The kids have this, that, and the third. I got to do this, that, and the third, work, everything else in between, all my errands I have to run. Why? And he was like, so where do I fall in the list of things that you think of?
Mm-hmm. I said that to her.
And I was like,
New Year's Eve, 2020.
I was like, and that was like a gut punch to me because I was like, wow, I'm really out here covering all these bases, but the one base that always holds me down. Mm-hmm. How dare me? And at that moment, I said, never again will I do that.
That's good.
So now it's a thing where when we wake up in the morning or even before we go to bed at night, we'll have a little recap of the day. What do you have going on tomorrow? You wake up in the morning, babe, how you feeling? How's your spirit? How you know, what do you need help with today? What can I take off your plate to alleviate a little bit of stress or a little bit of confusion or something? And it could be something so simple. He's just like, yo, I'm gonna be on the road all day. Can you pack me lunch? Like something simple.
Yeah.
And then by me taking the time to be invested in what he needs in that moment, it frees up time in his schedule or even just the desire to want to reciprocate that.
I think it's important for both of you, number one, to become good listeners. I want you to move beyond listening to hearing each other. Because just because you are listening to her, that doesn't mean you're hearing each other. Listening and hearing are two totally different things. It's only when you listen, one, hear your partner, number two, that you can get to the good part, which is number three, which is the understanding. There's a lack of understanding. So I need y'all to put more energy and effort in trying to really understand what each other is saying.
All right, y'all, here's the number one key to listening effectively with your partner. And drum roll, the biggest key to you listening effectively is the ability for you to not be triggered, which means not getting caught up in an emotional battle with your partner. So where your partner is trying to express their emotions to you and say something to you that they have a concern about, or maybe they feel a way about you, about something they think you did or that you did do. Your first triggered response when you hear them say something that you don't like that is hurtful to you is to jump in and correct them, especially if they feel a way about something and they have the information wrong and you know they have it wrong, you're trying to step in to correct them because they're saying things that are hurtful to you. But it's your inability to let them express themselves fully because maybe they said something that triggered you emotionally that was hurtful for you to hear. That's actually causing the problems that are making it hard for you to have an effective conversation where you're listening effectively to them. Because we got to come to realize our partner expressing their emotions and their feelings to us about something, no matter how right or wrong, it's not about the thing they're talking about. It's about them getting to express themselves because their feelings are tied to them and their sense of significance. So every time you cut in when they're trying to express themselves to you, no matter how right or wrong you are for what you're cutting in for, especially if you're cutting in and telling them that something they said hurt you, you've just negated their feelings with yours, which means you've just used your emotions as a weapon against theirs, to where they feel their emotions don't matter as much as yours. To where now, even if you're right, they have no interest in listening to you because they're fighting now just to be heard. So if you let them express fully, they might have heard you out afterwards. Because you may be wrong for how you came to how you feel, but you're never wrong for feeling how you feel.
Listen to your wife. A lot of old heads used to say, OGs used to say, listen to your wife. You got married instead of you have a companion. When you're walking on a road together with someone, you're both most likely looking in different directions, seeing different things. She can see your outfit and you can see hers. She can see the booger on your face that you can't see, and so on and so forth. Metaphorically, so she can also see the things that may be deemed as flaws or need improvement, even in your plan. And that's okay for her to make suggestions. That's okay for her to tell you her opinion. And it's good for you to take them into account because it may be coming from a perspective that you don't see. And if you call this woman a good woman, and you know her intentions for you are good and pure, why not listen to your woman? It may make a difference. Because the worst thing is not somebody telling you, I told you so. The worst thing is when you say to yourself, I wish I listened. But shoulda, coulda, woulda still can't get you back in time. Think about it. Have a blessed, productive day. Peace.
Listen to your partner. This is one of the highest forms of intimacy. Listening to your partner is a doorway into the heart. It is a doorway into the mind. When you actively listen to your partner with empathy in a genuine manner without judgment, this is a way for you to tell your partner that, hey, baby, I hear you. Hey, baby, I understand you. You want to increase your intellectual intimacy with your partner? You want to increase both your emotional, spiritual, and physical intimacy with your partner? Listen. Remove the distractions. Give your partner that undivided attention.
I didn't listen to my man, and what happened? I got worn out. Everything that he said would happen, happened. I thought I knew better than he did. So I took on more than I should have taken on at one time. And not that they all weren't positive things, they were. But then I added schooling on top of that, when I should have taken his advice and just chilled and paced myself. Look, long story short, you don't always know what's best for you. Sometimes your man will see what's best for you because you're so in the mix. So when he tries to talk to you and you know that man loves you, think about what he's saying. Maybe take his advice, or you'll end up like me, being so tired and drained that you sit at a stoplight and feel yourself falling asleep. And then your man has to put his foot down and take one whole Saturday and sit beside you in the bed while you just lay there and watch TV. He don't care if you're not even sleepy right now. I'm sleepy. I'm worn out. I'm tired, and he knows it. But that man loves you, baby, just like my man loves me. And he's trying to make sure that I get some rest and relaxation, which is why I've been in my pajamas all day long in the bed watching TV. Look, when you got a man that you know is watching out for your best interests, stop thinking you know it all and sit your tail down. He gonna get me something to eat now. I love him so much. I am tired though. However, I still have to say, you know what? I was wrong and you were right. I'll say it when he gets back. Maybe I'll do another video. It's gonna be hard because I can say I'm wrong in front of y'all, but I mess around and say I'm in front of, see?
I think a lot of women get triggered. What do you mean, listen? I'm not his child. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm not saying that you gotta listen to a command. I'm saying listen to him. Active listening. What does he say that he likes? Do you take notes on your partner? You know what I'm saying? I got a whole note. I take notes on my phone because I study my girl. Study your partner. Listen to your partner. Understand what makes them go, what they don't like, what triggers them, all of their little quirks, what they smile at, what they don't smile at, what they find funny, right? What they're interested in, what they say they want.
One thing I had to learn was shutting the up, which is crazy because it's like, I'm the logical one. I should be the one talking the most. But because I'm the logical one, the most important thing that I had to learn was validating how my girl's feeling. And me interrupting her while she talking, cutting her off, or just as soon as she done, going with the opposite. That puts her in this defense mode. So a lot of the times what I do now, if she got a problem, I sit there and I shut up. And I let her go. Even if she stopped talking, she wait for me to say something. I give her a couple seconds. She gonna keep talking.
For sure.
Just shutting up, give her that space. Yeah, just give her that space to talk.
You agree? Absolutely. While my girl is talking, I intentionally don't react. Like, I'm not making no faces. Nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I let her get it all out, straight faced. Just allow. Sometimes I don't even look at her. I just look straight and just let her spit it all out, get it out. And just having that safe space to be vulnerable and just pour it all out. That's necessary for both sides.